Mind and Flow into Digital Performance. With Hassan Bashrahil, Bash Revenue Digital.
My name is Hassan, and the main topics that we're going to talk about today is going to be about mind performance and flow performance and digital performance. These are the three main ideas that I'm going to share with you. But before we get into these topics, what's your main intention? That's the first question. The second question, what is a story that is stopping you from getting what you want? We call that a limiting belief. What is that belief that is stopping you? When I was in school, I wasn't the best student. I didn't really understand the school system, so I didn't know how to really learn that. So I had to change, I had to learn differently. And at that moment, I had to go online and search, how do people become successful? And I started to learn so much just from that one question. I got motivated and I started to ask more questions, and that led me to more things about life, about money management, about productivity, about how to organize my mind. But there was one thing missing. Actually finding my own strength, finding out what am I really good at, my own X factor. At the end of the day, I was trying to find, who am I? I was lost, I was depressed, and I didn't know exactly where to go. At school, I got this paper that said, I am an F, I am a failure. That was my own limiting belief that put me down. I was looking at these beautiful buildings and asking the question, how will I ever create what my parents did? As I'm doing my research and trying to find who is Hassan, an offer hit my inbox. And this offer was a digital marketing course that would help other business owners with their marketing, to help them gain more revenue, to help them gain more customers through social media. And that was the aspect of that. I had an epiphany. I had an aha moment. And at that moment, I wanted to take action. I still had this identity, this aha moment from Hassan, I feel unworthy. I am unworthy. I'm nothing because of what people reflected, the reflection of other people, what they told me. So that was my own limiting belief at that moment. And that's where everything changed. This is when I got the offer. That's what happened. And once that happened, I got an aha moment. I want to help serve other people. So when that happened, I had an epiphany, but it all starts with you, as you are the driver of it all. But it comes down to these main three aspects: mind performance, flow performance, and digital performance. Now, when I get into these topics, I will go very deep in each one and break it down in a simple aspect for you guys to take home. The influx of information. We have so much happening in the same time. It's not just social media things, but also relationships, communication, messages, all this information that becomes this decision that we have to make every single day. We have to make sure what we capture, to make sure that is this resonate with us, so that we don't become overwhelmed. This brain right here becomes overwhelmed, and then we don't know how to make decisions. Once it's overwhelmed, it's hard. Life, it all comes back to the decisions that help you change everything. Let's get into mind performance. Everyone knows what the brain looks like, but a lot of people do not know what the mind looks like. And today I'm going to show you what the mind looks like visually. That's the first thing I'm going to talk about. The second topic is going to understand the conscious and subconscious mind. And the third point is the body, how the body becomes your result. So the first thing, let's talk about this. This is the brain. But before we look at the brain, let's understand consciousness. You guys can hear me now. You guys could feel my vibration. You guys could smell the room. These are faculties of the conscious mind. The one thing that is a problem is the other side of things, the part of the subconscious mind of things. The subconscious mind is the things that stop me. When I shared that story with you, that limiting belief, that was hidden in my subconscious, that I was unworthy. That's the subconscious. The subconscious side is putting me, telling me I'm unworthy. I don't know what to do. I don't feel good. This is the part. But once we are aware of the conscious and subconscious, we're in control of our thought. This is by Dr. Thurman Flea that drew this picture. So simple, so beautiful. We have the conscious, subconscious mind. And then we have the body. Two circles. Once we have a thought, it becomes this emotion. This emotion is in your body. It's an instrument that becomes this vibration. Once we understand that as a visual, you are in control of your own thought. That's the mind. Let's get into flow performance. The reason why I shared the mind is for you to understand that you're in control of your thought. That you know exactly what you need to do from a thought, through an emotion, through your own result. Flow performance is based on these 5 main elements. These 5 main elements are clarity, energy, productivity, and courage, and influence. Clarity. Clarity is understanding exactly what you want. When I didn't know exactly who I am, it was hard for me to make decisions. Energy. Energy is a part of stamina, having energy within your day-to-day life. And it comes down to 3 things. We all know this. Consciously, we know that we have to sleep good. Consciously, we know exactly we have to eat the right foods for our brain. It's so simple. We all know this. We know that we have to exercise, but we have to reflect upon this consistency. Again, it's called flow performance. Flow performance is based on the long term, not the short term. And that's when you understand energy, recharging your mind to make decisions. Now let's talk about productivity. How can we optimize our day? Between we wake up, let's say at 7 a.m., we end our day at 6 p.m. How can we have things already done, already planned out, so that we could fly during the day? By organizing what you want helps you have more performance. After productivity is courage. And courage is based on understanding what actions you have to take, your bold actions. When you are doing your main concepts of filming content online, digital marketing pieces of content, that piece of digital marketing content, you want to take courage. You have to be on camera. Like, it was so hard for me to be on camera in the beginning. You want to take courage actions to be online, to be on digital. Courage and influence. How can you be influential in your personal or professional life to have more influence? Influence is the aspect of communication. Let me ask you this question. What's one thing that you could be a better influential person today? And secondly, is who can you be a better role model for? Is it your kids? Is it your colleagues? And now, let's get into digital performance. That's why we're all here. It comes down to these 4 main aspects. Understanding who's your customer. The second point is understanding what is your offer. The third point is understanding your right testing method. What is the testing method that you have? And lastly, is the right sales process. 4 things. The right who, the right offer, the right testing method, and the right sales process. Let's begin. This is the who. Who is our customer? I talked about the flow for us to understand the psychology of the mind. We have to understand what's their objections, what's their pain points. Who are they following? The top influencers. Do they follow people on TV that are influencers that they love to follow? Because we can target those people online. Remember, the medium doesn't change. Like, it could be Facebook, Google, TikTok, Snapchat, all these things are great, but we have to understand who's our customer. Now, this is a message. Greatness is scary until it isn't. Well, this is a message, right, from Nike. We understand this, we like it, we understand it, but what exactly is an offer? An offer is an irresistible thing that basically people want in exchange. Have an e-commerce, let's say it's makeup. How can we give the consumer something in value to build that relationship, not close the deal, build the relationship? In exchange, we get the email to start the conversation. In exchange, we can give videos on how to clean our face. How can we hydrate our face? That is so, so crucial by creating irresistible offers that the customer wants by finding the who. The third point is the right testing method. Having the right testing method is so important. When I say testing, it's data. Remember, before you start burning money online, digital marketing, you burn money on Facebook or Google or ads, you got to understand that you want to have a budget for testing before you start burning a lot of money. I worked with a lot of different clients, and they would say, Hassan, let's work together, and I want leads in 30 days. I want customers right now. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. It might work if you have a big budget, but it's about the long term. It's about building a message. It's about building your story. Your story is king. Your story is everything. It's not about the service or product. What sells is you. You are the story. Again, I said at the beginning, it's all about, it starts with you, as you are the driver of it all. That's why I'm talking about the mind. What does the mind have to do with flow and digital? Well, your psychology, but also the other person's psychology, by getting the flow in and having the right testing method to understand the data. Once you have the data, you understand, okay, let's say 1,000 people came on the website. They clicked, but they didn't convert. Why? It could be the creative. It could be the copy. It could be the UX. It could be something stupid on the website that doesn't work. And it's all about testing. So before you spend so much money, test. Look at the data. The data tells you a story. Discover to uncover. That's the whole point that I learned through my own research. And lastly, this part is the right sales process. Understanding the right sales process. Because at the end of the day, we're selling a transformation. Everyone wants a transformation. It's a customer journey from point A to point B. Transformation. What is the transformation that you're selling? What's the end sales process? Again, I don't want to call it a closed deal. We closed the deal. No, it's not about that. It's about we just started the relationship. Let's communicate. Let's work for the long term by connecting them with email, text messages, branding, retargeting, all these cool things. To sum this section up, finding the right who, having the right offer, having the right sales process, and testing the right method. We have mind performance. We have flow performance, and we have digital performance. The one thing that I want you to understand about mind performance is understand that you are in control of your thought, which becomes this instrument. This instrument, guys, is everything. Inside, it becomes this vibration that is your result. Remember, control your emotions. Be aware of that. And flow performance is understanding being in the zone, having a good time with flow by having clarity, by having energy, by having more productivity. When I was clear in what I wanted, I became more productive. And how do you have more courage in your process? Bold actions, being on camera, selling your services, understanding who's your customer. And once you understand that, then everything changes and you have more influence. Digital marketing, in an aspect, is understanding who is your customer, guys. Who is your customer? And once you understand that, you can create a compelling offer. You can understand what's the data, what's the testing method that you're doing, and then you can have the right sales process. And that's by bringing these two all together.